Discovering the Viz Show.
Yeah, I'm at the Viz Show right now. Because, I mean, it's a place to be. She's vibing right now. I gotta double check and make sure the audio's working. Yeah, y'all gonna try to block my stuff, but this is like, we're not claiming ownership of any of this. This is free. This is public domain. So y'all need to chill. This is a radio station. We have a radio station live right now.
You gotta watch your language.
I have permission to do this.
Don't put the ass in
That's real though.
the block. Reminds you of the band.
Oh, like Angry Johnny. Oh,
Yeah.
I have a funny story.
Do you? Oh, let's save it.
Yes.
He's got music.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
I have CDs, but they're incredibly so I have YouTube. Like if you get enough with your phone hooked up.
I can try and look it up on my YouTube.
Okay.
And
I do have Spotify as well.
well, if we can hook up your phone to here, do you have one of these? Like an iPhone?
No.
Okay. But we can I don't know.
I can, you can connect to my hotspot. Oh, you got Wi-Fi here?
Yeah, I don't know the password.
Okay, so connect to my hotspot.
I don't know if I can. Hold on.
Do you have Wi-Fi? With my hotspot's on right now.
I just don't want it to mess up my thing.
Oh,
You know
the
what I
song,
mean?
the song that's playing right now. Okay, yeah, we'll wait
It's all
till.
on my phone.
Oh,
But we'll figure it, I don't know, we can even play it up to the microphone.
Yeah.
Like from your phone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Like that'll sound like trash.
phone good enough? Come on.
Well,
It would be obviously better than the record.
Speaker's trash.
Then we'll use mine.
I can try and look it up on my YouTube though.
Yeah.
What am I looking up?
It's James Owen Brown.
What is it? James Owen Brown?
Yeah. That's my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And then the song called Kingpin.
Okay. I'll try and play it. Kingpin?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I'm inclined to suggest song on my own. But I don't always want to do.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start recording this.
Alright. I was saying, like, do the movement.
It's not open. Why? Oh, where's the recorder thing? There it is. All right, all right, all right. That was some Joan Jett. I hate stuff. Her birthday was on the 22nd.
Nice.
It was the same birthday as my grandfather.
Well, that's just what this is.
That's pretty cool. They have the same birthday as Joan Jett and my grandfather. It's pretty cool. Hey, so you're listening to the Viz Show at 4680Q. I am here with David DeBlock. I can hear kids. I'm with DeBlock, and you have a special guest today.
Yes, today, you know how I like to bring through somebody new every time we talk to you. So we got the POE, the Poetically Organized Entity.
Hello.
Right. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
I want to thank you both for being here. Well, you know, it only makes sense because before we did this, like before COVID, you were on my show so many times. We could talk about we talked about everything.
Yes.
Music, relationships, life,
Yeah,
everything.
Society, politics.
Yeah, so we get into all the
Culture shock.
it's a culture shock with
Yeah.
the block on
Excellent.
the Viz Show with the COE.
There you go. There you go.
They call me Busy.
Busy.
They have ever since high school. People have called me Viz. My last name is Byzantine.
Yeah.
Hey Viz, I still get friends, like my guy friends. Hey Viz, what's up?
Yeah.
But okay, so let's go back
Yeah.
to when we met
Yes.
in like 2003. Or was it?
It was 2000.
Okay, so I took a course. You were in the same. We took the same course.
Yeah.
Sound production at International Academy Design and Technology.
Yeah. That was a mouthful. Like, I hated writing that down on the resume, but at the same time, it was always like, yeah.
You're at IDAT. You're like, no, what's that?
Exactly. They had to explain. It's like, oh, well, you don't got to act so douche. I didn't.
Yeah, so we took a sound recording class.
Well, in fact, actually, I went there to take video game design. I was trying to go for the video game design course, but what I did was I made a mixtape of songs that I was saying could go into a video game, and they're just like, well, maybe you're better off with the sound design course. I was like, and then they told me the price for it. I was like, yeah, you're right, sound design.
Those were good times.
Yeah. Even Jay Ash was out there, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was a security guard at the CBC building.
No way.
Yes, he was.
Because that's where our school was. It was in the CBC building.
Yes, it was.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's where I met Christopher Walken and Robin Williams.
So Strombo, so many people there. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was a really cool building to go to every day.
Yep.
But I didn't last in that course. I think I lasted like 8 months. And I don't know.
I was told that I didn't need to be there because all they were going to do was siphon me for all the funds they could get.
That's fine.
I knew, my professor told me that I knew, like, what he taught me in the 3 terms was all I needed to know from the school to do.
They literally said that the second day. They're like, listen, you don't need this course. I was like, why am I paying all this money? But it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
Like, everyone in there was a lot of hip hop artists, and I was more into, I worked with like Nine Inch Nails when we were doing like edit stuff. It was when With Teeth came out, and I used that. I just was so into that album. You gotta read it out loud. It's your messages on my show.
Okay. Well, there we go. Well, it says, hold on, I'm not even going to hide it. If $5,000 is deposited to your Cash App, be honest, what will you use it for? 1, I don't have Cash App. 2, Belong. Yeah, so I'm going to mute that now because I get some interesting messages. All right.
Yeah, man. So you do Expose the North.
Yes.
You've been doing that for a while.
Well, unofficially for 15 years. On paper for the last, 5, 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gone. Yeah, you've been working on that thing like crazy.
Yeah.
And then you came out with Culture Shock,
Yes.
a magazine. So explain what Culture Shock.
Okay. Culture Shock is almost like my way of life. I go out to experience life and embrace other people's finer points. And you know what I mean? I find different things that shock me about them, and I kind of embrace it. And then I have a couple of projects that I'm working on that I use these interactions to kind of fuel. But I mean, for lack of a better term, the magazine itself is for those who are unseen in the scene, because there's a lot of corporate control over who's on TV and who's on the radio and who's on Spotify's top list. But there are people who are doing things in your community, the underground, that are not being addressed. So I like to highlight those people and, give them some shine, so to speak.
Bringing the underground to life.
Or
Bringing the
industry to industries.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
And I know I love that magazine that you have because I've checked it out so many times. You feature like poets, artists, like everybody,
including the POE. The POE's had a few running. Yeah, he's had a few running poems in there. He's been featured on the cover a couple of times. Well, actually, no, he's been featured on the cover once. It was Dr. Volcano. It was Dr. Volcano that was on the other cover.
Can you talk about how the POE has marketing on? And it looks like an original. Like, have you had that since the 90s?
It does look like an original. No, I actually just got it. It was my wife and I had an anniversary, and a side thing we did on top of the other lavish gifts was we bought each other hoodies because we don't have a good hoodie anymore, and when you don't have a good hoodie, it's fall, like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So this was mine.
That's so wonderful that you guys did that. That's so cozy. I love hoodies. You gotta have a good hoodie. You gotta have a sweater, cardigan. No.
Cardigan.
What did you get your wife? What
I
did you
got
get?
a couple of New York hoodies, like in the hoodie exchange. She also got diamond earrings.
Whoa.
Right away. So that hoodie is sweet, but I mean, I don't want to give off the air that I got my wife a hoodie.
You gotta send the record straight, girl.
Well, how many years? How many years?
2 years.
No, a hoodie would suffice because the 2-year anniversary is coming.
Is it?
Yes. I just like it.
We've been together for 14.
Did you listen to Cotton Eye Joe and go to a farm and pet sheep?
No, we didn't do any of those things.
How did you propose to your wife? Do you mind if I ask that? Or did she propose to you? Or
No, I proposed to her. It was New Year's Eve, and I was getting myself ready for New Year's Eve, and I was in the shower thinking about, like, when am I going to do this? Because we were having people over, and like, you want to do it at midnight, I guess, but now all these people are going to be there, and like, I don't want to like hijack, the night necessarily, and like, one person in the back of my brain's like, what if she says no? And like, one person, a decimal, I was pretty confident. But so what I did, and I was terrified. Something about like getting down on one knee and doing that's terrifying, even if you're like confident. Yeah, it was scary. So I got out of the shower and I was getting dressed, and I said, you know what? F it. The time is now. And I called from the bedroom and I said, I need you to help me with something. And she came in, and I'm naked.
naked? That's false.
Literally.
You just made that story go from like a 10 to 100.
Right.
Oh,
and I said, I need you to help me by spending the rest of the night. She said yes. And we were out.
Okay.
And then you walked into the party naked?
No.
No.
And that's why I decided to do it before the party. So
Right,
I
okay.
didn't want to do it with all those people around. Have the
That's
other,
nice. So it's like,
Mhm. Until you tell the story on the radio, and then it's no.
I'm sure she appreciates it. Yeah.
That's scary.
So you are
I am. I'm a poet, a storyteller, a rapper, an artist. I guess, the broad. I like to tell stories, and I like to play with words. So anything that's included in that, those stories, poetry.
Oh, I love ghost stories. Ghost stories are the best. I was actually told by a random person, like I'm not gonna name names, but that ghosts aren't real. He asked me if I believed in ghosts. He said yes, because I lived in a haunted house. I believe I did, and I'm not the only witness. But anyways, I said yeah, ghosts. Well, all ghosts are demons. Like I'm like what? No, they're not. I don't know. It was a big spiel. It was very Christian conversation from his part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. So ghost stories, poetry. Can you drop like something live?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
You could try.
well,
And maybe I'll succeed. Maybe I'll fail. But ladies and gentlemen, I've never ever been afraid of fail. I've also never been quite sure how to define success. See, good is phenomenal if you've never heard of great. And I'm too impatient to wait for greatness, so I'm taking it. I'm redefining it and making it my own. Greatness is stepping on stage with something to say in front of a room full of people waiting to be entertained. Greatness is practicing so much that you live in your poems and they feel like home. And greatness is showing the world how well you know greatness. It's synonymous with satisfaction as long as you've done the best you can. And even if you do strike out, at least you had a pair of balls when you stepped up to the plate, you swung to the fence instead of just sitting on it. Greatness is keeping time with the tempo of your life, especially when the DJ doesn't play your song. Greatness is funneling your frustration down the throat of anyone who tries to stand in your way. Greatness is breaking down the boundaries you built in your own brain. Greatness is becoming more than you were while remaining who you are. Greatness is sacrificing. Greatness is not sacrificing. Greatness isn't a goal, it's a statement, so make it. Shout it. Stand up, tell this whole world all about it, and then do it. Do it so you're better than every idiot who didn't, and be great. Even if you're only great at building memories, build them. Build a mantle for your stories. Treat them like trophies. Use them to measure your success, if you even care. Maybe you were never really looking for success. Maybe what you were looking for was greatness.
Woo!
There you go.
Right.
I can do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just went right. I didn't know. I thought you were like, nah, and then you just did it.
That's why I chose that one. It's got like a built-in segue, but it's so easy to get to.
I like how it's very uplifting.
I tried somewhere along the way, a switch flipped, and it's like people need positive more than they need negative, and I was kind of, back when Eminem was in his prime, I was trying to be, the nastiest that there is, and say the grossest, most awful things. But lately, it's been more positive. It's been a fun change.
Right. Well, and Dave, how did you guys meet?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh my gosh, it was through Swish Styles, I believe. Yeah, I was looking for artists.
Yeah, you tagged me in a post of yours looking for poets.
So do you like to do live shows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
that's exciting. Where can I catch you? Like, where can you catch the POE live?
In Cataract.
Yeah,
Lately.
Yeah. Actually, Camp Cataract has an event tonight. That's pretty exciting. It's the Glass Apple Bonsai. And
Gladys LeBonsai.
yeah, and Thunderglove.
Thunderglove.
Yeah, so I think tickets, it starts at 8 o'clock and tickets are $10 in advance. They're 8. So check out Camp Cataract for a wicked show. I know Glass Apple Bonsai puts on a sick show. I opened up the Niagara Music Awards with Glass Apple Bonsai and the keys. Okay.
Yeah.
And Thunderglove is like theatrical, amazing. So yeah, that's tonight. That is tonight for events. Yeah.
4317 Queen Street.
So
Niagara Falls, yeah.
yeah. What do you like about? Do you like Queen Street?
I like the nostalgia.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a better channel between Clifton Hill and Queen Street. It's like a lot of people think Niagara Falls ends at Lundy's Lane kind of thing, where there's still a lot, like there's trails out here, there's all kinds of hiking paths. We got little gems of like stores, warehouses, and whatnot. So it's just, I don't know. I just like it's like it's always calm, but like there's always a buzz of energy kind of thing.
Right. The leaves when they change colors in the fall at the gorge.
Yeah.
Is astounding. It's beautiful when you look because you could just it's a big cannon and then there's water. Like the gorge is the best. I can't wait to go for walks in the fall. It's my favorite time of year.
I did the gorge once. I hated the walk down. I loved the hike. I hated the walk down.
I run up and down those wooden steps all the time and I love it.
I never went up with the steel one.
Yeah, the steel ones too. Those are great.
No,
Yeah.
I hate it.
And for anyone who comes to the falls regularly, you can get a parking pass for the whole year for $40 because they charge you one parking, like for a day, $30.
Yeah.
Around the falls. Just get the parking pass, go online.
Get better up.
Yeah.
Save some money. And even if you come down here twice, it pays for itself.
Right, but Queen Street is the place to go if you want to, do some local, like, check out some local shows and food. Camp Cataract has the best pizza in town. In town, the best. They do the little, like, pepperonis, what are they called?
Little pepperoni.
I'm probably going to order some tonight. Yeah, so I want to talk about a little bit about Culture Shock. So what's next for Culture Shock? What's next for the block?
Culture Shock just released the 48-page 2-year anniversary issue.
2 years?
2-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It has been fun. It has been challenging. It's been stressful. It's been exciting. It's been a roller coaster ride, but it's all been like just gratifying because I had a 20-year plan for 2007, and within that 20-year plan, there was a magazine, there was a clothing line, there was like having 2 studios, there was having a wall full of monitors, there was all kinds of, at the time, seemingly unrealistic ideas that I had set for myself. And fast forward 15 years, like I have 2 years to accomplish getting a house, which isn't absolutely necessary because I have a good living situation. And I think that's the only thing on my list that I haven't accomplished. And it's just like, when did all of this happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sitting here is just like I'm wearing my own brand twice over.
Yeah, well, let's talk about your wrestling belt that you're wearing.
Okay, yes.
It is quite.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My ego needed to be tamed.
What did you say? I was like, what do you? That's a wicked belt. You're like, yeah, well, I feel like a champ after that.
Yes, definitely. Like, after the post that you put up, yeah, because you know what I mean. You're highlighting all the good things that I've done, and making me feel like I'm contributing to society.
You're making moves.
Definitely. But the belt I'm wearing because it's a marketing tool. Basically, I got it because I've always wanted to get them, and I made a title that actually changed this title. Long story short, I made the title show to Rikishi, and now one of the features that on the title that I made is on the WWE title. But I wear it upside down for the M, so I can talk about me and the boys wrestling. So whenever anybody sees me and points out that it's upside down, I give them a QR code, and then I give them a 30-second pitch about how me and the boys wrestling is basically a podcast where real people use digital avatars to settle their differences, but that was all created by POE. So
You're wrestling fan.
yes.
Yep.
I know, because you're on your YouTube channel. If people want to follow you, you're under
James Owen Brown.
Okay, so check out James Owen Brown. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, and you have one as well.
Yes, Expose the North.
Expose the North. Subscribe to that, and subscribe to the Viz.
Yeah.
The Viz channel.
Definitely.
And that's where pre-COVID, like before COVID, we didn't really have. I had a YouTube channel, but during COVID is when I got one. When I did a podcast, and everyone seemed to be going on to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I don't know. For me, it was just having some time and a little bit more time in COVID. There was nowhere to go, like nothing to do, so we just started making content, and we need a place to put it.
Is there anything that you guys took out from COVID about society and yourselves? Did it change your perspective on life at all?
Not in a massive way.
Right.
For me personally, I kept working through the whole thing, so I developed a bit of an appreciation for how essential my day job is, and that was cool. Having the time was nice, and because we were able to keep working, we were able to able to thrive in it, and the value of online entertainment. Poetry competitions started popping up on Zoom because people were bored, and so I made a lot of friends from the States that I would have never otherwise met. I connected with people online more than I ever would have.
It was like our society learned how to live online in life. Yeah. It was really weird for me.
Yeah. It was. I I did a little. I put my finger in the air. I did a little dance. I had always planned to work from home. So yeah, so
Being with my kid all the time.
yeah, but to see that society had to now show or establish a newfound respect for the people who had been working from home, and not just and like this man does hate, but he has a serious job. So you know what I mean. It's not an easy task. I don't think I could personally do it because I don't have the attitude.
Okay.
Yeah. How many parcels do you do on average?
I don't talk.
I just wanted to know what he did. Anyway.
So yeah, so like after like 2 hours, I'm done. Forget that much. So like I have to be able to do certain things. I have to deal like while I'm working. So when I saw now that society had to work from home, it was just like I've been doing this whole time, you suckers. Now you know how I feel. People are oh wait, hold on. Now that everybody's doing it, it's okay. Wait a minute.
Dave's got the look in his eyes. Look at that look where his eyes go. Like he's too fast. You didn't know.
It's like, no, because it's like, I was talking on the phone with the opposite agreement the other day, and I was just like, you know what? Making a home is not as easy as people make it out to be.
Right.
It's really not. I try working on one level of my 3-level units. And by the time I get that one level done, I get to the second level, and that first level is pulled apart. And it's like, okay, now I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta give credit to all the people who do it on a regular basis. I've had to do it recently because circumstances have changed.
Yeah.
But to see that, you know what I mean? Yeah, more people have to do that and establish a respect for the people who have already been doing that. Because I had a few people come up to me and say, "Oh, I get it now." You know what I mean? Because when you have the choice of going to lie down or getting up, a lot of people want to lie down. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, every morning.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're doing the riser like me.
Even like last night, I was out until about 5, and I'm still here.
We were out till
I was
5.
out. I was at Chip and
5
Charlie's.
alive.
I was at Chip and Charlie's. Chip and Charlie's in the evening. Went over to Regency. Stopped by.
Is there live music at any of these places?
Yeah, there was live music at Chip and Charlie's. There was, I think, live music at Regency, and then I went somewhere else. Spicy Olive.
Oh yeah.
There was a DJ there,
Right on.
and it was all to, you know, what I mean, see the new venues that I had been to before and look for new places to perform. But like, it's just COVID in itself. It showed me who was secure with themselves,
Yeah.
and who was just scared of living.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was a lot of people that were scared to live, and it's just like,
Well. Yeah, and everyone, I feel like it divided a lot of people. The division was awful, even with family. Like, I'm sure people like divorced, you know. I remember my grandmother was in the hospital, dying during COVID. I couldn't see her. It was really hard for people who had to deal with people who were affected, like suffering, dying in the hospital was the worst. But I mean, on the flip side, we got through it, and we learned about how quickly people can just divide from each other. Like it was just crazy. Yeah, couldn't try. But I did a podcast during it. I was lucky I had some, I had to do something. I couldn't just sit at home.
That's where me and the boys came from. I had always wanted to run a wrestling league, and they use the game to basically host we design our characters, put them in the game, let the game do the work for us.
Oh yeah.
So I always had this idea where we could put actual people in this and have our own thing going. I never had the time to kind of get around to it. And
Cool.
COVID gave me the time.
So I think on a positive note, a lot of creativity came out of it. Like a lot of creative people were like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, because that's a big part of creativity is not the time.
yes,
It's the time management.
Yeah.
It's like a business in its own. It's the creativity in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I have something. We're gonna play Kingpin from the POE, right?
Yes.
All right, let's call it Kingpin. All right. Sure. Okay. I love the auto-tune. I love it.
Yeah.
I wish I had 2 hours. I might extend my show like next, I don't know, in a couple weeks or next week. We used to do it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We used to shoot the shit. Like, I feel like I have to squeeze everything in. So sorry if I'm like pushing conversations or interrupting. I just try to have a flow for like an hour. It seems so short. So short. Bye, Mia.
And that's what I was out until. Like, I got home. Like, actually, no, I left the club. We went to the hotel for a little bit. After the hotel. Yeah, after the hotel. Courtside.
Is it cheap?
Yeah.
Like, what's it? Is it?
So,
The look.
I threw it back to
Is it like, what, in the by the sundowner? Like,
no, it's just on the street from me. It's by the, that's over to McDonald's.
oh, that. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So then I went back to the house. On the way back to the house, my friend's kids called because their car died. And so you're looking for the CA. I'm just like, you don't need CA, you need CA. And I drove. And I'm just like, by the time they get there, I'm gonna be there. So I drove to get them, gave them a boost, and went back to the house for another drink or two. And then, yeah, like 7 o'clock came around, I was just in my bed, and my mom went off at 8:30, just like,
I gotta check on that. I think she was trying to open the door.
yeah.
Go about my business, then I try to make the most of the strange years that I've been getting. Your life, it feels like hostess.
Our song is definitely, like, it's definitely an interesting song. Yeah, like, there's something about it, like, it's kind of like a, I don't want to say it's eerie, but like stoic, kind of, like it's, like, yeah, it's just got a, like a ominous, it's got an ominous feeling to it. It's just like, you know. All right, so we're gonna be back in a second. Just got some stuff happening.
Stuff happened.
Yeah. So that was King and the POE.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I had to check on my daughter.
It's all good. Never gotta apologize for being a good parent.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, like who's that?
She had a nosebleed on Playfair. Wow. Yeah, she had nosebleed. And I'm gonna give you a tip, okay? Here's something that you don't know. If your kid or if you know anyone who has a nosebleed, I know how to get rid of it. Like in an instant. You get whatever nostril the blood's happening. You get the opposite foot and you hold it in your hand and you know the arch in your foot?
Yeah.
You cup it really hard and slap it.
Are you sure?
And it literally stops the nosebleed. Every time. Bam.
I can't wait for someone to have a nosebleed around me. Come here, take off your shoe. Take off your shoe. No, I got this.
Hey, man.
For kids, it works. I don't know if it works on adults.
We're about to find out. That's gonna be a culture shock for real.
I had nosebleeds. My kid got them. Like,
Knock on wood, I don't. That's one thing I've never had. Ever.
yeah, it freaks it all. It looks so brutal. It looks so brutal. Like she's like spitting up blood and stuff down the sidewalk. I'm like, oh my god. We had to be here in like 20 minutes. But it's all good. See, on the nose. Going on. So yeah, you are tuned into the Viz Show on 460Q. Welcome. I'm talking to, if you're just tuning in, to David DeBlock and the POE. We just played Kingpin. That was cool. I was just gonna, as soon as I heard it, I was like, the auto-tune's really neat.
I love the auto-tune. It's one of my favorite tools.
It's fun.
Yeah, super fun.
So can I ask you this? Who are some of your artists older growing up that you know, who've influenced you majorly, and who are some now coming out that you think are pretty cool, if there are any?
I started rapping 100% because of Vanilla Ice. And,
Right on.
and even New Kids on the Block to a lesser extent, like that. The album before Hanging Tough had a lot of rap on it and stuff.
Can I insert something there for a second?
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice is a pretty dope lyricist.
Man,
Like,
he
if you
was like a sensation.
if you strip aside the Suge Knight controversy and the bad press and look at him as an artist, like even ninja rap, that is like you don't get into a movie without having something that the mass is like.
What do you think he created?
Eminem.
Well, what was his staple? Like, what changed when he came on?
I mean, the race barrier was kind of busted.
Yeah. Here's this white guy,
Yep.
boy, who was like really young.
Yeah.
And he's coming out and just like killing it.
Yeah.
With hip hop.
And sampling the Queen hook, right, was probably a big one too.
Yeah.
And just put eyes on the ears on the product right at the start. You're like, oh, is this something? Oh, it is.
Under pressure.
What is this? And then you're almost forced.
That was a big thing in the 90s, was the sample hook.
Yeah.
Like, what is your top sample hook in a song? I think Beastie Boys,
What's that?
they used Aerosmith.
Yeah.
You know when you hear a song like,
Like I have 35 gigabytes of independent music, okay? Let alone
yeah, you're like a,
let alone like the millions of hours, the thousands of hours of music on the radio. Okay, I want to say something like "More Money, More Problems."
what's that one? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one
And
of
you
them
know
for
what?
sure.
I think half the time I didn't realize. Well, I knew a lot of them, but some of them later on in life I realized that was a sample. I thought they created it.
Like,
I think that one I thought was part of.
I thought it was someone singing it, but it was a sample.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I even have this one song called "Push" right until something happens on YouTube, and there's a sample in there from I want to say Eddie Money or Eddie Monday.
Okay.
Where it's like "Be my little baby," and it has this wicked saxophone riff that is just, oh my gosh, it's just beautiful.
What's the song called?
It's called "Push." T.U.S.H.
By
The Block.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just like it's a song where I talk about like what was going on in my life at the time, some of my decisions, and I was kind of just reflecting on a direction that I wanted to go.
Oh.
Yeah. And I did a video for it. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, now that you've hyped it a bit, I want to hear the cool sax.
Okay.
We'll continue the question. So what artists now do you think are pretty cool?
Well, playing with an auto tune and looking for inspiration on that side of things, it's hard not to notice Post Malone kind of there doing this thing. And like at first I was like, oh my God, what is this? But then you hear some of the stuff and like, you know what, I have the ability to make a song like that.
Right.
And he's doing pretty good. So
yeah,
it's not the worst kind of. I did, yeah. That was nasty. Yeah, he was down for a bit too. Post Malone fell down.
He's one of those artists that if I hear songs on the radio, I usually just listen.
Yeah, I like it. I went down a rabbit hole. I spent a few hours on YouTube just checking out Post
I
Malone.
loved his cover when he covered some Nirvana and he was wearing a dress.
Yeah.
I had an instant crush.
He did a version
Like,
of Santeria as well.
bullshit.
Pretty good. His covers are good.
Pretty dope. All right, so let's hear Push by the Block. Do it. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Put my hand on the bottom and she calls it back. Nice. Oh, man. I performed this as a spoken word at a literary cabaret one time, and they were just like, the response I got was like, wow, okay, hold on.
Is this with anyone?
Nope, just me.
Just you?
Yeah.
And it's about like just pushing.
Yeah, just get through it all. You know what I mean?
If I had a push song, it would be about labor. I'm gonna do that.
Literary cabaret.
Yeah.
I got on that as well.
I'm excited, yeah. Try not to show me up. I'm funny. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to make something up on the spot and use
I
the
like how
full
we
crowd.
have access to YouTube right now.
Yeah.
So I can play some of your shit. I'm gonna feel good if like I couldn't play your work. You know what I mean? Like people want to hear what we're talking. You're talking about this stuff. It's like fucking play it. If I knew he was an interview, I'm like, oh, I wish. So I'm glad last week we didn't have all this connection, so I had like this old man bar playlist. You know, like fucking old man bar shit. Like fucking. So I was like, I just played David Bowie the whole time. So all the David Bowie on here. It's like, okay, I can work with that. I can work with Alice Cooper, David Bowie. Everything else is like, those are cool. I mean, obviously, it's all cool, but it's just the same shit. I'm always flipping through the radio. Like, I had to know where to go, and I'm like, yo, this shit sucks. Where's my bucks going? I don't get new bucks about the same song playing again and again. I need to hear some real music, my friend. All right.
Break it down. Break it down.
Break it down.
Hopefully I didn't overstep when I went over there and stood up. I'm like, okay, she's a Tim Bear or a wicked player. I'm like,
As long as it wasn't like something else, like nothing.
no, yeah, no.
Good.
But I waited till the song started. I'm like, she'll be back. She'll be back. She's not back yet. Okay.
I appreciate it.
No
But
problem.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I'd like to believe so after like 307 episodes.
I gotta cut it a bit
Yeah.
so we can chat.
Yeah. It's a
And,
lot of fun.
we have like 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if nothing else,
Okay, we're gonna cue it, okay?
this is what you get for the episode.
I like that. Be my little baby.
Yeah, you sing it way better than I do.
Oh, I can. I have this gift where I can mimic artists a little bit, a little bit.
Let's see.
Oh, like with my voice, not with their faces. That'd be fucked up. Why do you look like my? Actually, in the winter, I get pretty pale.
Oh no.
In the summer, I get dark. Oh my god, this year I got so dark. Everyone was like at work, they're like, "You're so tanned." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, fun. Summer's only so long, man." As soon as winter hits, I'm like,
Yeah.
porcelain.
I hibernate. I don't even want to go outside. Like this is what
Oh,
summertime.
you don't like the winter?
I don't know. Once I get cold, I stay cold. I'm not even about that. Like I'll have my undershirt, my t-shirt, my sweater, my jacket, and then a cloak. If it's below, like if it's minus double digits, the cloak's going on. I don't care.
It's like this is where it can stay.
This right here.
All year.
Give me this.
Oh, it is perfection. September's beautiful, and all I do is eat apples.
Mm.
Get those out. It's like the year of the apples. Like every morning before work, I eat an apple. But anyways, let's talk about your song. I want an apple. I'm actually craving one now.
Let's say that's apple pie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tonight, Cape Cataract. Go
There you
check
go.
it out. I might bring Ivy. Well, I can't remember. Gosh, why can't kids go to places?
You know what I mean?
Well, what's the age appropriate, like, teen to go see a little show, like a local nice show?
I've been like 12. I've been bringing like 12-year-olds
I think
since I
it's
was 8.
So seven,
So it's not that far off. And
I'm
if you,
going to support my friend.
yeah, if it's a venue that will allow for children to attend, you gotta assume that it's reasonable to bring a child.
Cataract, if you've never been there,
It's
it
like,
is like the funnest place. They have pinball machines. The whole how they did it. Katie and Adam, they are artist geniuses, and they totally created that place like you're in like another time zone. It's Camp Cataract. It's very campish.
Yep.
And the bartender there is awesome.
oh gosh, great.
Love her, Kyle. She's
Yep.
the best. Hi,
Oh my
Kyle.
gosh.
I hope she's working tonight. But anyways, yeah, can't
Yeah.
swing it.
That's nice.
So it's a hot spot. There's
Yeah.
Caps and there's Camp. Jeff Rose is gone. R.I.P. Miss you guys. They had a good run, but we need more venues in the city. Right?
Sure, sure.
So what are you gonna do this winter music wise? Do you have some plans? Do you
I
have
have
some
an EP to release for Christmas. And it's not Christmas carols.
okay.
It's not your average Christmas EP. It's called Man or Machine, David versus the Block. Yeah, I've had a year of reflection. So
Oh yeah.
I've gone through my catalog and looked at some of the songs that I haven't released yet that would be interesting, when I would tell a story. And then I worked with a producer by the name of Lendor, shout out to Lendor, on the arrangement of the song. He added his flair and then sent it back to me. I have one more song to finish before I'm start working on the arts and whatnot, but I have the graphic in the works right now. It's just a matter of deciding what medium I'm going to use for the hard copies. And I think I'm going with USBs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a studio.
Yes.
So when we were on the phone, they're like, dude, you can sing. I was like, yeah, I enjoy it. We gotta do a track.
I
If you're down.
6:30. Hands down. Let's do it.
Yeah. What is our track gonna be about?
I want to do something fun. Lately I've been having more fun with my music. Kind of inspired by certain people to the right of me.
Right?
POE,
I like that fun.
yeah.
POE loves to have fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So what do you do? What do you consider fun besides
Well, I mean, in this particular instance, yeah, it's one of those things. But I have a song called Prince on a Dash, and it's really, the song comes from an innocent place, but we completely contorted it. And basically, I was with my personal assistant and I was with my team, Project Overkill. My administrative team, they helped me get all the paperwork and organize all of this stuff that I make happen. We've been working together since like April. But I just got a new car, and I was jokingly talking about the handprints that were being left, and then someone said, "That was my what did it say? That was my ass. That was my knee. See that footprint? Bitch, that was me." so I heard that, I was just like, yo, yeah, that's a song right there. And again, I was working with Lendo. I told him the idea. He's like, okay, I got something for you. Sent me a beat. The beat's called Six to the Dome, but it's the most jazzy, funky, like instrumental I've heard in a while.
Exciting.
And it's a fun piece. I gotta send him the verse so that he can do his part and then off the races. That's my Christmas present.
Oh yeah, Christmas. Are you a Christmas person? Do you like Christmas?
I like celebrating.
Yeah.
I like Mazel Tov. You know what I mean? Like Mubarak. I don't care. I will celebrate as long as I'm not being culturally inappropriate. I want to do a powwow, but I don't know how to. Like, I don't want to just show up. You know what I mean? Dressed up the way I think I should be dressed. I don't know. And you just start dancing and shit. People look at me just like, "What are you doing? That's not how we do this. What are you doing? What are you doing?"
What about Halloween?
Halloween, I make the haunted hallway.
Are you?
A haunted hallway on Brown. Yes.
What about the POE? You like Halloween?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a whole. My wife and I have been the house band at Haunt Manor, rides in haunted houses for the last 12 years.
Okay.
So we do, they built us a stage and we kind of do scary, like we do parody songs, scary parody songs, and we tell ghost stories.
Well, I'm gonna have to definitely check that out.
Definitely check it out. It's Canada's best haunted house by far, I think.
And where is it?
Lundy's Lane, 9387 Lundy's Lane, in Niagara Falls.
Oh yes, I know where that is. Yeah. It's at the end.
That's a good spot.
By the campground.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a chance to spend the weekend there, and bro, the saltwater pool.
Oh, that's something I'm gonna miss about.
Yeah.
I went swimming every day. But also on Queen Street, starting October, I believe it's October 6th or 5th, they're doing movie nights every Wednesday outside, and it's all Halloween movies. So the first one on October 5th is Halloween, and then it goes all the way to October 26th. So I think people will have to bundle up.
Yeah.
But I love it. They usually do, like last year they had pumpkin haystacks. Like it gets fun. It's really interesting to live on the street with my daughter. To just go outside and check everything out.
Yeah.
I love this time of year.
I reminds me of Danforth.
Yeah, the Danforth is a great spot.
Yeah, like this.
I haven't been there in so long. I love Toronto.
I try to get there often, but then I see the traffic and I'm just like, no, sorry, bye.
Yeah, the traffic. I drive a Fiesta, so it's like a little whip in traffic, man. I can park anywhere. But it's falling apart. Breaks my heart.
If I have to put my Jeep to sleep.
Okay, so wait, I'm going to talk about something that's happening on Monday. This is totally out of this world, literally. So NASA did this mission. They started on, was it November 24th, 2021? They launched this rocket, right, to get this asteroid. I think the asteroid's called Dimorphos. So on Monday at around 3:30 or something, I think they're going to go live. They're going to show, I don't know how they're going to show, but they're going to go live. And the rocket's supposed to move this asteroid and hit this asteroid. Yeah. And it's going 4 miles per second, this rocket. Or I don't know if it's the rocket. But it's happening on Monday. And I think it's so cool. It's the first time they've done this.
Need to be prepared. That's hard again. I don't know how it plays out. We need to be ready now. Once that comes, it's too late.
They're attempting to slightly change the asteroid motion. Isn't that crazy? I think that's
I feel like they're downplaying. Like, they want to obliterate that asteroid with one rocket in one shot, but they're like, we'll be okay if we just can kind of nudge it.
Yeah, they say it's as big as 4 football fields or something. It's pretty big.
They're going to knock it the wrong
If
way.
you want to check out more detailed information, you can just go on the NASA website and check it out. But it's cool that they launched this thing, and they use these crazy telescopes.
Web.
It will be almost a year ago they launched this rocket. So
Remember we did that podcast
Yeah.
about the James Webb world when
Yeah, they put a telescope behind the moon so they can look back at for time, really. And they sent pictures of the cosmos. They are mind bending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Web with 2 B's.
Yes.
Yeah. So if imagine if the rocket missed.
Oh, God.
We wouldn't have time.
No.
We wouldn't have time to try again, unless they did too.
They probably have a few.
They
That's
probably
why
have
we
a
got to
few.
do these tests now. That's why it's important.
They should put Putin in the rocket.
Yeah, take Trump with him. The first overall draft pick for season 5. Me and the boys.
And my heart goes out to everyone in the East Coast right now dealing with Hurricane Fiona. That's shit's going down over there. So my thoughts are with all those people struggling right now. We hear news updates all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm just gonna ask you this question. If they said the end of the world was like in 2 days, what would you do? This is deep.
Ooh.
Where would you go?
I'm gonna see my parents and let them know about some dumb shit.
If you were to, okay, so say if it was like The Walking Dead, right? And it was already happening, and it was us three, right? And your wife and your kid and my kid, whatever, like people that we want to be with. What building would be the best building? What would be the best building to overtake? Bolt the doors down, and it's ours to live.
Yeah, probably a Costco.
Like, don't we need a place where we can get weapons? What about that one?
Find the Walmart beside the Canadian Tire.
Pro shop.
That's
And turkey and
jerky.
They got
On jerky.
It's not ideal, but the food that they have would be proper food, like nuts. You know,
So, we could have but we would have all the weapons, we'd have all the gear. So
where you're gonna
if you were to choose between Bass Pro Shop or Costco, you either want to get like that or like prepare.
Nah, I'm going to Costco because I can make things into weapons. I don't care. Give me that. Hold on a second. You see that right there? That looks like a hammock. Give me that hammock right there. You see that? That's a hibachi, right? Set that mother on fire and put it over here. Come down. Let's pull.
Like that?
hibachi catapult.
I would open up all the toys. Be like, this is the best one. We're like, okay, well, we're living here forever.
Yeah.
Sure, we're only going to be alive for a month.
But then we had to go travel. Say we ran out of stuff. We had to go travel.
That's why load up the weapons and make sure they understand that we ain't walking soft and we are carrying big sticks and crossbows and bows and arrows and hatchets and machetes.
Okay, so it's confirmed. Costco is the place to be at the end of the world. So it's ours. So if it happens, just say, which I don't think it will. I'll meet you guys there. Remember that conversation we had?
Oh, we'll talk to what? Because if we get if we lock down that plaza over there, no one's saying anything. We just need to get more people on board with us before they see us with it. Because if they see us with it and they're not on board, they're gonna want to take it. I want to
just off there because there's probably people out there now.
Yeah, we'll go to a Walmart.
Yeah.
Wink.
I'll be at Forest Breakfast. Mr. Robbie, that's where y'all should go.
I'm gonna need a strong breakfast.
I might have to extend my show to 2 hours again because I'm just having so much fun. I can't think you guys enough for being here. Like we could do this for another hour for sure. Like we're already past the 12, so we're just chilling now. But yeah, thank you for being at the Viz Show and everybody who tuned in today. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you too, because we got the Terrell effect happening up in the top right corner, so I just got double working. So
that's what you do every time you come here. You bring your posse, your like cameras. So if we were in a Costco, Gabe's gonna be playing cameras up there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have like a whole system. We're like, oh, there's one. Let's get them.
We brought that to life in the apocalypse. So 147.
We're still alive. Aaron, share that can of nuts.
Oh, it's so skinny.
Not if we're in Costco, man.
flip it down like how much his name? Like that dude from NXT. Oh, what was his name? Oh, but I can't remember, but there's this like real small dude. Dish. Put the belt on and it just fell.
Oh, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Sure.
Ooh.
We just have to kick everyone out. Feel like this is ours.
Yeah.
Like everybody leave. I don't care if you work here, if you own the place, it's fine.
Unless you got skills.
Yeah. Like what can you do?
Yeah.
We have a skills competition. You go into that Costco and we get everybody right. You go inside to this Costco and you get 3 items that show how well you can prepare to survive. Just 3. And you give them 5 minutes. And if they come back with some dumb shit, you just send them out.
You're not part of our Costco.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know.
Take over.
You can't be the Costco crew apocalypse. take over now. But
That's kind of like, that could be a friggin' song between me and you. Let's do it. Let's get funny.
the Costco apocalypse.
Yeah, let's rap about it.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It does sound good. I'm into it.
Yep.
I'm into it, man. So yeah, Monday, check it out. I'm excited. I want to see how this thing gets geared off gear. I want to know where it would land if it did land. Watch it land like right here. It looks like something landed there. That's a parking lot.
You don't know.
Well, I don't know what it is. But no one can see it listening, so
And I'm not taking out the camera to show you, so.
I'm gonna play some new, yeah. It's called Burning. I'm so excited when the EIS come around again with new albums. I just get excited because I love them. The album's called Cool It Down. This isn't it. This is Duality by Slipknot. A little teaser there. Thank you for tuning in. Be kind. Don't litter.
Check out sharetheshock.ca.
Check out the Viz. Sharetheshock.ca.
James Owen Brown on YouTube.
James Owen Brown on YouTube. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Bless up.
All right. So, we need like a selfie or something.
Of course. All right, y'all. We done.